What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and I hope we're all doing really well. Now, if you're new to the channel and you've just found me, please consider subscribing. It would be amazing if you can do that, and also hit that thumbs up button as well. That would be pretty nice too. For all those who have been following me for a while, I really do appreciate everybody's support. I've noticed the views have started to drop off a little bit, so if you guys could let me know, what I can improve on, or what you guys would prefer to see other than a tactics video, then again, that'd be much appreciated to let me know that as well. So anyway, let's jump into it. So as you probably see from the thumbnail, I'm trying to create a squad around Benzema. Um, Not for any particular reason, just for a little bit of fun. And I'm also trying to use his assets. And his assets is he can only play in one position. I mean, look at his stats. His stats are insane. Um, it's absolutely bonkers. He's going to get upgraded no matter what. The finesse shots he has is crazy too. Now you can see from his player roles that his false nine is his world class position. So you can see it in front of you. Um, you know what the signs mean and what kind of position they can play on the pitch. That is their position, and his is a false nine. So I've created kind of a setup for the false nine, if you like. So it is the 4-3-3-2. The reason I've done it this way is because of the gap between these two. Because Benzema is going to be coming into midfield, I need to compensate. So I need to push the CDM down a little bit. I also need the two wingers to push up a little bit. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to drop in the gameplay before I show you how I've got this set up, just so you can see the different variations and the way this is set up and how you can expect it to play. Now, if I'm being honest, it plays like a 4-1-2-1-2, with the two at top being the wingers and Benzema being the cam, if you like. Now, just because I have him on false nine doesn't mean he isn't in the box, and it doesn't mean he misses opportunities. You will see he still scores me lots and lots of goals. It's just that his asset is to hold the ball up and bring others into play, which he does, and he also gets back on the end of the ball. So if you do have a player that you want to try at false nine, this is the formation for you. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Let me show you the gameplay, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I've got it set up. I'll also put the code in as well towards the end. I'll also pin the code this time around into the comments section as well, just so you guys can skip all this if you want to and just go for the code. But I would appreciate if you stayed and listened to the explanation and how this all set up. So what I'm going to do this time around is show you guys the when I concede goals as well. I think that just makes sense. So you can see here it's a 4-3-3. You can see it straight off the bat. And that is what I'm talking about. That pocket there of space, that is a lucky goal, but that pocket of space that Benzema removes himself from, then puts himself back into, the AI can't pick that up. So this is what I'm talking about, conceding goals there. It's totally my fault, didn't clear the ball quick enough, and at that point I'd already sent players on a run, hence why I've got so many players trying to get back in position, and I get a soft goal. But from the goalkeeper we go to the left back, from the left back we go to the CM, from the CM we go wide. And then you can see Benzema in there. He receives the ball, and then he's playmakers. He plays it back out to the wing. Benzema's continuing his run through, and here we get a nice finesse. Now, because he is occupying that area between the two centre backs and pulling them away, you'll see it here. So you can see what I mean. Here is Benzema chasing the ball, and there's two wingers very close together to each other, occupying the three defenders, and they are basically going to be your strikers. And from there, the pass is really good. It's just a shame it's offside. And then we'll move on. You can see Benzema comes deep again to pick up the ball. We've got the two wide players. Depending on how your opponent is set up, depends on where they set up on the pitch, whether they're close together or quite far apart. But here you can see we're playing against two players here in rivals. We just split the defence in half with his passing. The passing options in this game, you can have it short, wide. It's limitless, and like here for example we go out wide to the left back, switch it back out to the right wing, we get the head down to the midfield player into the left wing, and from here it should have been a goal, but keeper saves it. But yeah, you can kind of see where this formation is going and how it works, and I just want to show you the stats on this particular game. Bear in mind I played against two players, and you can see here we had more possession, we had triple the shots, we had more passes, the accuracy was better, the tackles, we just were better all round with this formation. It was crazy. Again, another example of an overly aggressive opponent. They just want to get their goal scored and hope I quit. But Nevertheless, when they're over-aggressive, also this works to advantage. You can see from here we have an overload into the box, never gets his goal, and my opponent inevitably quits. The aggressive ones tend to quit more than most. So yeah, we get the 1-0 win. And then we move on to another game, and slightly better opponent, better than me. I give away a cheap penalty, which I shouldn't have done. He obviously scores the penalty, and I just want to show the difference in opponents that I come up against and how I deal with it. So when I say I'm unbeaten, I do go unbeaten. What I mean by that is I don't lose. I'd get a few draws. I get more wins than draws, but on this particular occasion, this is a drawn game. You know, we get level with a nice ball from Beckham. So, you know, this formation has its perks. So we have the 4-3-3 holding or the 4-3-3-2, if you like. We have it on build-up style balance. We don't need it on anything less or anything more than that. And we have it on aggressive build-up, which is the 95 defensive line. Now, we want it for the offside traps. Again, if you've watched the gameplay, you will see the reason why I do that. It just means we don't have to do it manually. We don't have to mess around with the auto press or the manual auto press or anything like that. We can just allow the AI to do its thing, and that's what we want to do. So that is where we're at with that. Player roles are pretty nice as well. So you have your left back and right back on wing back unbalanced. You have your holding player, holding defend. You have your two box to box on box to box balanced. And then the reason we have the right wing and left wing on inside forward and attack is because we're using our false nine. So he's going to be building up the play, which will allow the left wing and right wing to be in the striker position, which is where that 4-1-2-1-2 comes from. Although the 1-2 is going to be Benzema acting as like a cam linchpin striker, with the left wing and the right wing getting forward in the striker positions. Now, if you've watched the gameplay, you will see that, and I would have explained everything how it works. Now, with the ball, it looks like a 2-5-3, which is bonkers. But you can slightly see on here that you can see the left wing and right wing are a little bit more forward than the false nine. So false nine, I mean, I'm using Benzema. You could use any big guy. You could even use Haaland if you wanted to. Just to kind of surprise the AI, surprise your opponent. I haven't come across. I've played the game since the beginning. I haven't come across any opponent that has used a false nine that I can see. So this could be a first, and also what a first it is. It works so well. I've scored so many goals with this setup because the AI it tracks Benzema's run. If they're using aggression, it will track his run, which pulls them into midfield, which leaves a massive gap for the two strikers or the left wing and the right wing to exploit that. So again, if you've watched the gameplay, you will see you are exploiting pulling their players out of position, and I love that. I think that's amazing. I think that's an awesome feature to have, that you can pull players out of position, and yeah, it just helps so much. So yeah, definitely give this one a go. Code is on your screen right now. Again, I will pin it so you can see it again in the comment section. I do have a playlist saved to the description as well, so if there's any formations you want to look at or anything that I've done previously, you can go through that playlist and just check it off. And that I also have my custom tactics, my settings videos and stuff like that in there as well. So if you're curious about how I've got mine set up, it's all in there. Click it, go for it, see what you like, and go from there. So, but anyway, all that leaves me to say is thank you very much for everybody's support. Hit that like button if you like what you see, subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next time, everybody take care and look after themselves.